That's right. Get the new Milk Busters exploding with flavor.
Milk Busters will destroy your teeth and internal organs. Please eat at your own discretion. Satisfaction not guaranteed. We are by no part sponsored by Milk Busters. If that's a product out there, you need to change the name already. Milk Busters is terrible. But anyway, welcome. This is Words with Ali, and I'm your host, Ali Seavright. And on this week's episode, I'm going to say some words on communication. But more specifically, clarity. Now, the whole point of communication is to convey an idea, to share in understanding, and I guess express in the most basic terms. It could be verbal, it could be physical, it could be written down, but communication is the key to connection and also the key to understanding. And yeah, I am not the best communicator, as I've been told, and especially with things regarding emotions and feelings, I don't convey that very well. I find that it's always been a source of great discomfort. Historically, with me, a lack of safety with that. I don't feel that communicating vulnerability has always been a safe thing for me. It has been used against me many times, and it's something I'm definitely working on. This is like the whole thing about this podcast. I am communicating that I am trying and attempting to improve myself, and it's a fucking struggle. You're listening to me struggle live, or at least I guess the day before, or at least depending on when I record this episode, like either the day before or the day of that I put it up. Some mans are up like super early, like before 5 a.m. recording and then upload, and then I proceed throughout my day. But anyway, yeah. But there's always been this sense of murkiness and I guess unsuredness. I swear I need to read a thesaurus or something to find the proper words for shit, but everything, especially emotional, has been fucked. And I guess, yeah, I've like, especially as a man, like, you're not really taught how to communicate vulnerability and your emotions at all. Really, it's like, hey, suck it up. Hey, this is, some shit happened. You don't know what's going on. No one cares, or it's like it's fucked. But like, hey, you just gotta fucking just do it and get through it. Which, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, being very pragmatic, but like when you do that constantly and you're in that state of like, hey, I need to let go of shit. I need to fucking unburden myself from these feelings. And then you try to communicate it and it's like, oh fuck. I don't even have the words to even say what I feel. I just feel fucked. And fucked encompasses a lot of shit. It could be sadness. It could be a lack of motivation, fucking anger. And, you don't know exactly how to say all of what you're feeling. And then you're stuck in this emotional muck. And you're just going around trying to act like you're normal. Act like you're like everybody else. And fuck, everybody else is probably going through the same shit. And nobody's saying anything. And then everything's just fucked and mucked. It's a fuck bang. It's a muck fuck bang. It's just it's just a clusterfuck. And then we try to act like society's okay and everybody's okay and everyone's doing everything all right. But man, a lot of people are falling apart in the shadows and no one knows. And it's fucking horrific how many people are struggling. And they don't have the words to say what they're going through, and they don't know how to ask for help because they feel like, hey, if I ask for help, then I truly failed. And that's especially true for a lot of men out here. It's like, hey, how do I tell someone that I'm struggling without them thinking I'm weak? Because that's the biggest reason why a lot of men don't say how they're feeling. I don't want to seem weak. Because if you seem weak, people take advantage of you. They'll make fun of you. You just become a victim.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
And then we're in this perpetual cycle of trying to get it out the mud and struggle and frustration and failure upon failure upon failure. And sometimes it feels like shit's not moving, shit's not going anywhere. And then usually people just give up and quit. And then, yeah, it's the end of that. But I feel like just reaching out to someone you can trust on, or even just going online. There's like, I've done this a couple times where I just like go onto like a random forum and just like say something. And so usually there'd be somebody chirping, saying some fucked up shit, but like, I mean, it's the internet, but like, honest to God, like there's random people out there that just drop fucking gems, and they're so caring and thoughtful about how they do it. It's just like, man, I really wish you weren't on the other side of the planet right now. But communicating how you feel, communicating your needs, communicating that you need help, these are all things that can bring a lot of clarity to the muck. And the muck can be life in general, work, your friendships, your relationships, and like how you try to move forward or past something. If you don't communicate anything or try to, all you're left with is, confusion. And that breeds frustration and negative feelings, sadness, anger, distrust. And if you go through that many times, you reach a point where you just don't care. I've gotten to that point, and I feel like it's a bad thing, to be honest. It's a lot different than letting go. It's like you're still letting go, but you're just like, yeah, nothing matters. And I feel like, yeah, it's a fucked place to be. Because I guess it's a way of protecting yourself by not caring and not expecting any outcome. But it's not good for trying to connect and trying to feel shit. And when you get into a habit of staying disconnected, it's especially hard to try to reconnect and try to be just fucking human. Try to feel like a person rather than an emotionless droid of a being that exists. I mean, fuck. I mean, like, I try, I really do. And it's fucking to be honest, it's really fucking difficult to trust people. Especially when you've been taken advantage of and betrayed numerous fucking times. And every time you feel like you've done, I guess, something to change that, you're constantly reminded that, hey, you keep choosing the wrong people. You keep choosing the wrong situations, the wrong places. And you need to understand that, like, fuck, that's going to happen. But you have to trust anyway. You have to talk anyway. You have to try anyway. Because the alternative is fucking a lifetime filled with misery, loneliness, anger, and sadness. And you're be a crotchety old piece of shit with 1,000 cats, and you yell at little kids to get off your lawn and throw rocks at people. I don't know. Something along those lines that's negative. But at the end of what I'm trying to say, the whole point of this is that you have to talk, you have to share, you have to give. You have to be a part. Even if you feel like you're not a part of shit, you have to try to be a part and try to connect and let people know what's going on so you don't continue that same feeling. And it doesn't take much. Just do something. Say hello to your neighbor and fucking dap them up. And say, hey, I heard you guys were barbecuing today. Do a burger for Lil G. That's a combination of Lil Saint and G Baby. I don't know what it is about those like dance movies / like inspirational like sports movies where there's always like some little black kid that just gets shot for some reason. It's like, does that always have to be the catalyst for everybody to come together? Some little black kid gets killed? Like, what? That's kind of fucked when you think about it. It's really fucked. There's been multiple movies where that's been the linchpin to people coming together and stop their squabbling and stop their arguing. It's like, hey man, we were angry, we're enemies and shit, but we're gonna come together because this little black kid got killed. And that's the only thing that's bringing us together right now. If it wasn't for that dead black child, we would still be enemies. But for this dead black child, we're going to come together. Like, what the fuck? Like, bruh. I just want to say to you motherfuckers, stop killing our fictional small black children. They have full lives ahead of them. Stop killing them. I don't care if it's for the plot. It's not good. It sends the wrong message. It's sending the message that, hey, for us to come together as a community and stop bickering, we got to kill small black children. And that has me fucked up. That truly has me fucked up. And like, yeah, shit don't have to get to the point where, like, I'm just saying this to apply for real life. You don't have to let the fictional small black child get killed in your life for you to, I guess, reach a point where you're communicating properly. You know, we don't have to get to that point. If it does, then that there's something clearly wrong in society where shit gets to that point, and then, oh, hey, let's talk about that shit that happened. It's like, no. Talk about it while we can. But if the other person or party is not receptive, then that's when you can let go and move on and keep it pushing. Because if you're just fucking going up against a brick wall. Like, it's not up to you to break it down. That's not your place. Because there's reasons why people have walls up and they don't share as well. It's like you can't force yourself into somebody's life. And you certainly can't force them to communicate or allow you to be an intervening force in the problems that they have. They have to leave the door open for you to do that. And as a struggling people pleaser, it's like it's hard not to try to do something when you see there's a problem. It's like you just want to solve everything. You just want to do everything to help. And when you can't, and when you're not permissioned? What's the word? Jesus. When you're not given the allowance to, it's not up to you to try to force it. The shit that gets forced is usually fucked. I've learned this many, many, many times. If you're putting an extra amount of effort to make shit work, it's usually best to let it go. Because I've struggled so many times in so many different situations, trying to make shit work, trying to make shit go smooth and everything be A-okay, and it wore me down. It wore me down, the amount of effort and time and planning and thinking and feeling. And the whole time I wasn't communicating and like, hey, this feels fucked. This feels really fucked for me. And you seem fine with it. Why didn't I say why? Why didn't I try to get an understanding of why it was this difficult before I reached a point where I just stopped caring? And I think that's where a lot of us find this shift in ourselves. It's like the more we ask why did we do this? Why did we get to this point? Why did it? But like, we're asking it to ourselves instead of the situation or the people. Like working a decent job, but it's fucking horrendous on your mental health and physical health. It's like, why does it have to be this way? Why can't I? But like, you're asking yourself instead of the people around you at the job, at the place, the people governing what you're supposed to do. It's the same thing with relationships. Oh, why am I doing this so much? Why didn't they? It's like, fucking, you gotta ask. You gotta clarify. And yeah, the biggest thing is that if you're just asking these one-sided questions to yourself, how many answers are you gonna get? How much information are you gonna get from yourself asking only yourself these questions? And without answers, without clarity, you remain in frustration and confusion. So I urge you, I'm giving this out to everybody out there. If you're in a situation, whether it's at work, with a friend, your relationship, and shit's not feeling right, ask. Ask. Just ask away. Don't feel fear of how shit's gonna go. Just don't have any expectations. Just ask. Especially if it's a situation that matters a lot to you. Because a lot of the time we'll keep those questions we have in our heart to ourselves. And then we'll make assumptions based off of the lack of information to answer those questions without actually asking them. And sometimes we miss out on amazing things. So ask the questions that are in your heart and have no expectations. Because the alternative, as I said, is a life of misery and struggle and endless frustration. Especially as artists, it's like our whole thing with art is communication. We're communicating visually, audibly, physically with our art forms. And we're trying to connect. We're trying to have someone else understand. That is the whole thing of being an artist. So it's like, if you ask the questions to only yourself, are you sharing art? Or are you just existing? It's a long pause. I mean, true, we all are existing, but I'd like to think that we all have a purpose. There's a purpose for us to all exist. Whether it's through your understanding of religious beliefs or just my understanding is just being a good person, but we all have a purpose. We all have something within us to share with the world. And I believe it's the questions that are in our heart. The questions that a lot of time go unanswered and we keep with us. And I feel like more of us should express those questions to the world and to those that we care about. Why? What? Where? How? When? Whom? Ask away. Express. Share. Connect. Just don't get to a point where you just stop giving a fuck. Because I feel like that's the death of the human spirit. When we stop caring. So, keep caring. Keep sharing. But don't be a Karen. That's not the type of Karen we want. Them folk are troublesome. And honestly, I feel bad for people that have the name Karen but aren't Karens. You know what I mean? Like, they're like decent people and they just get lumped in with these group of pieces of shit. But we recognize the real Karens out there, the good ones, the ones that do dope shit, but not them shitty ones that do bad shit and annoy people and call the cops on black children trying to sell shit. Leave the black children alone, please. This was sponsored by people trying to keep fictional black children alive and non-fictional black children alive. Just protect our children. And yeah, I'm still working on my communication skills myself, so it's taking some time, especially after this fucking Panda Express experience. I got fucked. I still feel fucked. I don't know how to connect properly. And I definitely have trust issues. So yeah, I gotta work on that. But I do make attempts. I do try. I just don't want to force myself. I'm kind of done doing that. So if it flows, it flows. If it don't, it goes. And I guess, yeah, I'm truly in acceptance of that now. I wasn't before. But now, as I get older and wiser, I realize that it is too much effort to worry about things you have no control over. Simply share and live with those who wish to share and live with you. If they do not, continue your path. And to that motherfucker that hit my fucking car in that parking lot, that tiny little parking lot a couple months ago, I'll find you. I'll find you. I know what color car you're driving. You little bastard. And that's another thing. You motherfuckers, if you hit somebody's car, just say something, leave a note, do something. Don't just drive off. You bastard. That's a bitch move. That's truly that's a big ass bitch. That's a big bitch move right there. You gonna love tap my car, scratch it up, and then fucking just bounce? You motherfucker. You better pray I never find you. You better motherfucking pray. 'Cause the day you come back, I'm gonna hit you with a Cadillac Shack. Call me Bullhorn. Dynamite. Dynamite. Doo-doo. Dynamite. Oh, fuck. Yo, honestly, though, I'm going to communicate this, though. My mental health is fucking fading. Like immediately fading. I'm tired in a fucking different kind of fucking way. And it's starting to affect everything. But I'm working on it. I'm talking with folks. I'm communicating. I'm just sharing with y'all. Your boy is fucking just tired. And honestly, I need a motherfucking hug. Just a big fucking hug sometimes. I don't get no fucking hugs, man. Ain't no fucking hugs out here for fucking thugs out in these streets. We hug ourselves, motherfucker. Yeah, self-love, bitch. But yeah, seriously though, like, fuck. Yeah, it's been a rough time. But yes, communication has helped. I now have more words to communicate how I feel, and it's been helping. It's really been helping. Because, yeah, I'm not speaking from a place of someone that is, perfect, someone that has accomplished everything they wanted, someone that is successful at everything. This is the voice of someone that is trying, that has failed a lot, but is still trying, and we're all you're on a journey with me towards the ultimate goal of just being happy. And these days, being happy encompasses a lot of things working. And so far, not a lot of things are working. But, still doing. Still trying. Still a thug out in these streets too, motherfucker. But at the same time, yeah, it's a little rough. But you know what? Everything is better, motherfucker. I self-motivate myself, bitch. And you know, I hear myself when I say these things. I hear it in my head. And then I say it. And then I hear it afterwards. And I get proud of myself. Because you know what? I never used to motivate myself like that. I used to go like, everything's shit. I'm shit. Everything sucks. I can't do anything. Everything I do fails. And you know, the communication starts with yourself. You need to communicate positively with your motherfucking self. It's like, yo, you a motherfucking beast. You strong as shit. You accomplishing everything you try, motherfucker. Yeah. You strong. Look at that shit. You smart. You're a lovely human being. You're kind. You're gentle. And you motherfucking gorgeous. You's a handsome motherfucker. Look at you. Yeah. You the best. Keep doing it. Keep trying. Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, saying that. So, yeah, you guys got a literal view of what I say to myself in my head. Oh. You know, sometimes I feel like I should have a filter on here, but, like, honestly, fuck it. One day, when I'm gone, this will be something that people will look back on and listen to. So it'll be nice to leave something behind. Sort of like a legacy of sorts. But this is a legacy of the human condition. You get to see all aspects. The dark, the light, the weird, the loud, the quiet. Welcome to the alley zone. Neener, 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 neener. You know, I feel bad that, you know, I don't get to see all of y'all. One day I might do like a meet and greet or some shit. But I guess till that day, my voice is gonna have to suffice. But yeah, hope I communicated and clarified some things. It's always good to get these words out of my heart and say it. I've been practicing that, you know, letting the words out. And just letting them just be what they are. Don't gotta force shit. Just let it be. Singing words of freedom, let them be. Gotta let the motherfuckers be, yeah. All your life, you gonna be sharing your soul. So you better let a motherfucker know. Ain't no Santa up in this bitch. Just a motherfucker enjoying a motherfucking life and cussing way too goddamn much. Don't let the motherfuckers fool you. You gonna drink yourself a bottle of you, yeah. So let it be, let it flow, and let all the bad shit go. 'Cause in the end, You gotta be there for yourself, my friend. And I'm gonna keep on singing. And I'm gonna keep on blinging. I ain't got no more words to say. So you motherfuckers have a good ass day. Let me say ya, hey, yeah, yeah. Oh, whoa, how, hey, yeah, how, y'all. He's just saying this gibberish, but he's still doing commentary on it. That's motherfucking wild. He's singing in commentary. This motherfucker is mad talented, yeah. Anyways, my headphones just broke, so I gotta fix them shits. And, yeah. You guys take care. And speak your truths. And share with people like-minded. And yeah, just communicate in general. That's about it. Enjoy the tunes. I'm gonna be spitting hot fire on it anyway. So, all right, y'all, take care. And as always, peace.